Hey guys, Kenny Corder here with a review of the Remington V3 Field Sport. So right here, I got two Remington V3s. Right, this one right here I got during the middle of the season last year. It's the V3 Field Sport. You can see it shining a little bit on the reflection here, where I gave her a good cleaning earlier. So this one here is in the shadow grass pattern. I think the MSRP on this one here is like $9.95. You can probably get it somewhere in the $800 range, and maybe $850. And I've had this one for, like I said, last season for most of it, and just starting off this dove season. So that's that right there. Now this one, I got this one right here, this Remington V3. It's a Field Sport, just like that other one, but it come when I bought it in the factory black. So it was the Field Sport V3 black synthetic. I got it right when it first come out back in 2016. I just so happened to be working one evening in Nashville and went to the Bass Pro there because I've been waiting for this year to come out, and they happened to have them, so I went ahead and got me one, and here it is. Now, first thing I did was, because I'm rough on stuff, I got the synthetic black simply because of the price difference. I wanted to spend a little less money that night, and then once I got it, I went ahead and had a buddy of mine dip it into this camo pattern right here. This is the Prime 1 camo pattern. Alright, let me tell you a quick story about this Remington V3 right here. Last day of hunting season here in Alabama in 2017, I was in some buck brush. We was doing some hunting in the little flooded puddle duck hole we got. It had some trees and stuff like that, and we were all sitting there, and it's kind of a, it's kind of an iffy spot. It's not the safest spot to hunt, but you got to go where the ducks are. My dog was on retrieve, and she went out and got stuck between a fork on a tree coming back. So when she did that, of course, I dropped everything and just went out there and went and helped her get unstuck. Kind of a dangerous situation. It was right at the water level. She never even let go of the duck. So I went out there, got her out, got her unstuck. We went back. She's on her stand beside me, and we sit there and we probably sit there another 15-20 minutes before any other ducks come by. And I said probably about 20 minutes into it, after all this happened, I was back at the tree. You kind of get that feeling like something's not right. And I looked on my hanging spot on the tree right there, and there was no shotgun. So apparently during all the rush to go out there and save my dog, I knocked my shotgun off my branch and into the water. So now here we are, a group of guys trying to, now always on safe, of course, unless I'm shooting. But still, you still have a loaded gun in about 4 foot of water. So here we are trying to dig it through and found it. And I literally got it out of the water, poured water out of the barrel, and out of instinct, these 4 mowers started cupping, and all 3 of us just drew up and started shooting. And I fired 2 shells out of it without any problem. And it had been sitting there, 20 minutes. Now, was that the safest, smartest thing to do? No. I never said I was the smartest person, though. But it was just instinct. They started coming in. There was I already poured the water out of the barrel. The shells probably weren't that swollen yet. And it cycled right along. And that was the last day of the hunting season that year. And all I did was I took that last shell out, made sure again there was no water left in it, especially after shooting it, and put some fresh new shells in there, and we ended up finishing up our limit. So that was just a testament to me. Once that happened, after hunting with it all year, I knew I was a big fan of the V3. But what I really like this one here, of course, it was already pre-dipped, but I let my brother use this one mainly all season, and anytime I had a guest, they used it too. Now, at the time, my brother was 16. My sister, she used it a lot. She was 14 at the time, and even the year prior, during the youth hunt, everything, she used this one when she was 13. So, to me, it worked out very well how soft shooting it is. Anybody, I could just say, hey, here's your shotgun, and it worked out well for him. It was light, it was good to go. And he used this one here all hunting season last year, and here in Alabama and Arkansas, and then when he wasn't with me, I took it and had other people use it, see what they thought about it, and try it out, and they got used all year. Just general maintenance, keeping a little oil in there. I don't never soak them down too much, but I like to run them just a little dry, but a little oil in there, keep it running smoothly. And at the end of the season, I put it in a bag and left it alone. Right, this was kind of my test for this year. So then the season was over. A couple weeks ago was dove season here in Alabama. So we got it out of the case. I handed it to my brother, put a little rim oil in it, make sure it, functions checked, it worked well. And we went out there, between 6 of us, shot a 6-man limited dove. Never had a single jam out of it. So that is out of the bag from last hunting season. And of course, I had a little bit of spots on it. I done cleaned it up for this video, but as far as functionality, never missed. Now my brother, he's a soon-to-be collegiate trap and skeet shooter, and my sister is a year behind him, so they can shoot. So there's no doubt that they know how to handle a shotgun, and by far this is one of their favorite guns right here that I have for them to shoot, and it never missed, at least in their hands. A lot of things I like about the V3. I like how light it is. Right now, that can be a bad thing, if a lot of pump shotguns. But with this semi-automatic right here, you can't beat it, and it's very balanced. Okay, the best way I know to explain it is, make sure I'm in the picture here. There we go. The best way I know to explain it is it's a very athletic feel to it. It's very balanced. Okay, the V3 of course come out after the Versamax. Now I'm not going to go over the whole Versaport and how everything works. There's 1,000 videos already out there on how all that stuff. But just a brief rundown. Versaport system, from up here, actually in this area here with your pistons, your chamber. So the Versaport system with the V3 allows you to shoot 2 3/4 all the way up to 3-inch magnums. All right, so any load you put in there, in between those rams is going to fire, okay? And I've fired them all through this just to test it out. So the Versaport system does that, okay? So all your moving component parts are right here in your receiver, which allows your buttstock to be hollow. And what that allows you to do is it's a very balanced gun right there. You can see just 2 fingers. I can very little weight right there and just hold it like that. All right. So it's a very balanced gun. What that means to me is when I'm shooting it, right, it's very quick, meaning I can traverse targets with ease, very athletic, very quick shooting without over pushing or pulling. Okay. And to me, that's what makes this right here the best 3-inch autoloader on the market. I've had it for 2 years now, and to me, there is no other comparison. So all in all, in closing, anytime anybody's asking me about a new shotgun, whether it's one of my clubs here in Arkansas or Alabama, or when I'm at an event, or even at a store like I was last weekend at Cabela's, I always recommend the Remington V3. Right? Being in the military, man, that I can't lead people wrong when it comes to weapons. As far as, not that I know everything, but I don't want to tell somebody something and it be incorrect or untrue, because I feel like I'd be leading them down the wrong street. When it comes to 3-inch autoloaders, I tell everybody you cannot go wrong with Remington V3. I don't care if you've had shoulder surgeries. I don't care if it's for your child. I don't care if it's for you. It's for your spouse, whoever. Unless you're needing to jump up to a 3.5-inch for another reason, Remington V3 is my go-to shotgun. So take that for what it is, but I really enjoy it. I'm going to keep using it. Between these two, it's going to go in as many hands as I can put them in this year. My wife likes to shoot it, so we're going to go out and have a good time. Shoot some ducks like we always do there in Arkansas and here in Alabama, and stack them up. So I'm Kenny Corder. That's your Remington V3 review.